Hey guys, I'm MrKay. Welcome to my channel. And in today's episode, I'm gonna show you my car and I'm gonna talk about words which you can use to describe your car. And I'm gonna show you some words from the inside and we're gonna go outside and I'm gonna talk about words to describe a car from the outside. So I would say, let's go. First of all, thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I'm delighted. I'm so happy about it. Thank you very much for all the comments, for all the likes, for your ideas for upcoming videos. Thank you very much for your support. Stay tuned what's coming next. And I would say, let's start. I'm going to show you the vocabulary you need to describe the front of the car. Let's go. Isn't this beautiful? Maybe you have already recognized it, but this car, this type of car is a real Mercedes-Benz 190e. And it's already a real old-timer, as you can see on the number plate or the license plate. It has got the H at the end, and this H means that this old-timer needs to have original parts and you have to keep it in original shape. So you cannot like change parts of this car and make it like in a different way or start tuning it. By God, don't do that. So a real old-timer here for us, and I would say let's start here with the first, with a very recognizable detail of this car, the huge headlights. As you can see, these are very distinct for this type, this model of the car, and everybody who sees these headlights knows this is a 190e. It's really famous for that. On the left-hand side, we have the very bright orange indicator lights or blinkers. You can show other car drivers where you want to go, whether you want to go to the right or to the left. You need to use the blinkers or the indicator lights. And here in the middle, we have the proud grille. It's the grille. And here at the whole front, we've got the bumper. So this bumper here, it's made out of plastic and it basically protects the car from heavier damage. So it's really important to have a bumper, but basically every car has got bumpers. So what else have we got? We have got here this bigger part here. It's the hood or the bonnet, and it covers the engine inside. So that's basically it from the front. So I'd say let's go to the side of the car and let's check out what we have here. So this is basically the wheel, the front wheel. We've got also a rear wheel. And here the front wheel, we've got the tire, the hubcap, which like covers the rim. You cannot see the rim if you don't want to. This is an old car, so the rims are quite ugly. So I need this hubcap here. And what else do we have? We have these screws here, and these screws are the rim screws. And in case somebody wants to steal the rims, it's not possible because this person needs the rim screw keys or the rim screw key. So in this case, I have got my own and I can take them off if I want to with this key. So these are the rim screws. This is the hubcap. This is the tire, and behind or inside we've got the rim. So this is the front wheel. We have in the back certainly also the rear wheel. It's basically all the same, no difference at all. And yeah, as you can see here, I've got a side bumper missing. There have been several owners to this car. I don't know what happened, but obviously there was some kind of accident and the bumper fell off. It's kind of difficult to replace it, but I'm gonna work on that in the future. And we've got here the door handle. We've got here the two doors, and we've got here the keyhole where I can put in my keys to open the car. Other more modern cars, they don't have keys anymore. They have like a remote to open and close the car, but this car is almost 40 years old, so it definitely needs a key. And at the side as well, we've got the side rear view mirror that you can see other cars, that you are like secure and have an overview of the traffic. So that's the rear view mirror. Okay, and here in the back, we've got the filler cap or the tank cap, where we can put in our gas or our fuel. Yeah, I can unscrew this one here, and here I can put in the nozzle at the gas station or the petrol station, and I can put in gas or fuel. And maybe come closer and take a look here. It's all about the details. Do you see here the star of Mercedes-Benz? I mean, this is detail work made in Germany. Isn't that beautiful? I love this star so much. Okay, let's go to the very back. Again, we've got this beautiful star of the brand. We've got the type of the car. It's a 190e, a real classic, as I've said. I think they have sold 1.6 million cars of this type. So it was a huge success back then in the 80s. And by the way, this car was produced in 1985. So it's almost 40 years old. It's older than me. And yeah, it has got definitely a couple of years on its back. Let's have a look at the rear lights. Here at the side, we've got these bright orange indicator lights, or blinkers again, like that in the front. Next to it, we've got the rear lights, which are switched on all the time when it's dark. The white light shows the other drivers that we want to go backwards. So this is the reverse light. It's white. And on the very left, we've got the brake lights. When I want to brake, these lights are switched on or like go on and show the other drivers, hey, this guy is going to stop. We have to watch out. Okay, so these are the rear lights. And now we go down a little bit. This one here, this pipe, is the exhaust pipe, and the exhaust comes out of it when we drive the car. And behind the exhaust pipe, right down here, is the muffler. And the muffler reduces the noise of the exhaust pipe, so other like people or like the surroundings do not have to listen to these engine sounds, which can be quite annoying. Okay, let's go to the last part of the back of the car. This is the boot, or you can also call it the trunk, where you can store your things which you want to take on your ride. So let's have a look inside. And first of all, we've got the warning triangle. So in case of an emergency or an accident, you have to put this triangle on the road, on the street, to warn other drivers that something happened. So this is the warning triangle. Oh, what is this? Look at that. WOLFSBURG-VON-OBEN is a small company from my hometown Wolfsburg, and it produces high quality drone shots from my beautiful hometown. You can get these beautiful shots digitally on their website and soon also on canvas. So in case you need a present for a birthday, I think that's a great idea to make someone happy. So these pictures, high quality drone shots, WOLFSBURG-VON-OBEN. I put you the details in my description. You can find their shop there, so check it out. Okay, let's have a closer look what's inside the boot or the trunk. So here underneath, we've got the spare tire. So in case something happens to your tires, to your wheels, and you have to replace the tire, here is your help, the spare tire to replace the other tires. Okay. And what else is here? We've got some liquids for the engine, some new oil, or like cooling liquid for the engine. In case something happens there, you can refill. So it's always good to keep replacement liquids with you. And that's basically it with this beautiful trunk. Oh wait, look at that. Made in Germany. This is a so-called Wackeldackel. It's a shaking dog, a shaking duckle. Yeah, it's very old school, very old-fashioned, very senior-like. Old people like to have Wackeldackels in their cars. Let's put it in the back here, in the trunk, where it belongs. Okay, and one little very nice detail in my opinion is this one here. That's the antenna of the radio. So if I switch on the radio, this antenna pops out and I get a signal if I'm lucky. It's not always working. And here, this big window where I can look outside. So this is the rear window and the back of the car. Okay, last part of the car, the top of the car, that's the roof. The top of the car, the roof. And I think that's it from the outside. Let's head inside the car. And as you can see, wow, this is the steering wheel. German engineering, I tell you, high quality materials, it feels amazing. It's a really nice steering wheel. And in the center of the steering wheel, we've got the horn. And you can use the horn if you want to get the attention of other drivers. Maybe you are angry in a situation or you want to warn somebody else. You can use the horn, and I'd say, let's try it out and press the horn. Oh wow, there's no sound. So wait a minute, I start the car. And let's listen now. That was loud. So that's the horn in the center of the steering wheel. So we've got here the side compartment to keep some stuff. We've got the window crank to roll up or roll down the windows. So as you can see, I do not have any buttons here. I just have this window crank. I have to do it myself, so no electricity here, but I don't care. It's fine. It's an old car. And yeah, so we can roll up and roll down the window of the car with the window crank. And at last, we've got the door handle. I can open the door with the door handle here, and that's basically it. Let's come on in. I'll show you more inside. So down below here, we've got the brake pedal. So I can stop the car by using or pushing the brake pedal. And on the right, we have the gas pedal. So I can start going forward and I push the gas pedal. And usually, if you drive a manual, you would have here the clutch to switch the gears in the car. But as this one here is an automatic car or driving with an automatic transmission, I do not have the clutch here. I just have the brake pedal and the gas pedal. So this whole area here is the dashboard. So behind the steering wheel, we have the gauges. Watch out, the pronunciation is gauges, not gauges or gauge. It's gauges. The A is like in play and the U is silent. Okay, let's check out the left side. So we've got here different gauges. We have the oil gauge, shows you the level of oil. We have the fuel gauge, shows you how much fuel is inside the car. The temperature gauge shows us the temperature of the engine. And here we've got a gauge which shows us how we drive. Is it economic or not? So we have got different information here. And here in the middle, we have the speedometer. It's not the speedometer, it's the speedometer. And it basically shows you how fast you're going. The kilometers per hour here, in this case, we are here in Germany, so it shows us the kilometers. But in the US or other countries, it shows you the miles per hour. But in this case, it's kilometers. And here, the last gauge, it's basically a clock showing you the time. And that's pretty much it. So this here is the light switch. And if I turn right until here, I can activate the parking light. And here I can switch on the head and the rear lights of the car. And this switch is for the indicator lights or the blinkers. If I want to go left or right, I can pull it down or push it up, and other drivers know where I'm going. And additionally, I can tilt this handle to start the windshield wipers, which are here at the front. So we can use here the windscreen wipers or the windshield wipers, because this window here is the windshield or the windscreen. And here we've got the hood lever or the bonnet lever to open the hood and to get access to the engine. So we can pull the lever here and then the hood or the bonnet opens. So here we've got the shift knob and you can switch gears. This car has got an automatic transmission, so it's not a manual. So the gears are changed by the automatic transmission. So we've got different modes here. This is right now the parking mode. We are standing with the car. This is the reverse mode. This is the neutral mode. And this is the driving mode. So if I want to move the car, I go to the driving mode and the car would start automatically to go forward. But as we are standing right now, it's in parking mode and that's fine. 3 and 2 here at the bottom is like if I want to use only the second or the third gear, I can also do it manually here. And we've got here the economic driving style, or here the sports driving style. And that's for the automatic transmission, that's all. And this button here, this is the emergency light or the hazard light. I'm pushing it right now, so the blinkers, the indicator lights, they are switched on and other drivers know that something's going on here, that I've got a problem. So this is the hazard light or the emergency light. So this is the second brake in the car, that's the emergency brake. I can pull it up, I can push it down. The emergency brake in case I want to secure my car with this brake as well. And this here is the original Becker Mexico cassette radio. It's a classic in this car. I mean, it's an old-timer. It has to have the classic one. And I can switch it on here. I can listen to radio stations. The antenna drops out and yeah, I switch it off again. So this is the original radio here. No screens, as you can see. It's a very old car. and more modern cars would have a screen here. And here we've got the ventilation system. I can switch on the ventilation, and here with these handles I can adjust where I want to have some fresh air coming out from here. And here we've got the glove compartment or the glove box where I can put in stuff like a spare light, spare bulb, or other things like a map. And yeah, I can store things in here in the glove box or the glove compartment. So this here is the doormat or the foot mat. And by the way, this is the passenger seat and I'm sitting on the driver's seat. And when we look here in the back of my head, and this is the headrest, which protects your head in case of an accident or emergency. It protects your head, the headrest. This is the ceiling light, the car ceiling light. I can switch on the lights. This is the rear view mirror where I can see other drivers behind me. And this is the sun visor with the sun visor mirror. So in case you have a passenger or you have someone on your passenger seat, can check out how he or she looks with the sun visor mirror. And keep in mind, always while driving, fasten your seat belts. This is a seat belt and I'm fastening it right now. It keeps you safe, so always fasten your seat belt. That's a seat belt. And what else have we got here in the back? And here in the back we have the rear seat, the rear bench where other passengers can sit on. And yeah, also some seat belts. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode about car vocabulary. I'm driving home now with Helmut because I call this car Helmut, my Oldtimer. And if you want to see more, check out my other videos. I'm MrKay. See you soon. Rules to keep it, I need the hubcap a bit on again. Put it some fuel or gas. Wir müssen nochmal. The back lights. So let's have a closer look. Nochmal. Kind of a bus steering. Jetzt habe ich gar nicht gesagt, dass ich ihn mal Helmut nenne. Na, egal. Because it was. Man, ich habe. If you see more, it means the word. I'm delighted to learn English. Jetzt rede ich schon wieder zu.